Do you worry about how much alcohol you drink? Then please stop for a moment so I can ask you a few questions that could make you a far healthier drinker. Maybe you think you have to stop drinking to fix a drinking problem. But what if you don't have to stop drinking to be amazingly healthy and happy? You may think you have a problem, but actually, maybe you don't. One thing's for sure, you'll find out whether you have a real drinking problem when you watch this entire presentation. Better yet, you're about to discover the easiest, most reliable way to control your drinking, so you can consistently drink in far healthier, more confident ways, without feeling guilty or anxious, and without having to fight cravings for more or rely on your own willpower. Because let's face it, it hasn't worked before. Maybe you drink 1 or 2 bottles of wine a night or more. Or maybe too many beers or mixed drinks. Or you binge drink, but only occasionally. Whatever you drink, it's often enough that you're worrying about it. Perhaps it's all those pesky midweek hangovers, not sleeping well and being exhausted at work, and all those Saturday, Sunday mornings ruined, beating yourself up because once again you're tired and feeling really slow, and you ask yourself, why did I drink so much last night again? Are you feeling like you're on a drinking treadmill and you just don't know how to get off? Has your drinking become an automatic behavior that you default to? Instead of consciously making a decision to have a drink, 2 or 3, and then stop when you know you've reached your healthy limit. Whatever your drinking looks like, you're here because it's not working so well for you anymore. And yet you can't see yourself giving up drinking altogether. So now what? Can you get away with continuing to drink and still be healthy and in control? The surprising answer, yes, you can, with a simple yet highly advanced therapy that makes you want to drink less. See, I'm not here to tell you to quit drinking. I'm going to show you the easiest, most natural way to consume less alcohol, without feeling like you're missing out or always wanting more. This is for people who know they need to cut back but just don't know how, or don't want to stop drinking but admit they've got a bit of a problem and need to do something about it to get their life back on track. Listen, I don't know how long I'll have this special presentation online. So if you are concerned about your drinking and are looking for a true solution you can actually live with, then please watch this right now while you still can. You're about to discover the only way to reduce your drinking by 50% in just 1 week and be truly happy about drinking less for the rest of your life. It's safe, natural, and the method has been approved by thousands of top doctors, brain scientists, and therapists around the world. Hailed the world over for the most effective method to get you consistently drinking less alcohol, quicker and more permanently than anything else the alcohol dependency field has ever seen. This is the only way to keep the fun and satisfying part of the drinking alive and well, while at the same time change the side of your drinking that makes you feel bad about yourself, so you avoid the emotional roller coaster and all the problems that overdrinking causes. And most importantly, you can become a healthy drinker and get back to the real you. You're about to discover how you can permanently change your deep-rooted impulses so that you are in control of your drinking, not the other way around. Hi, I'm Georgia Foster. I'm the world's leading therapist in alcohol reduction, drinking psychology, and self-esteem. I'm also the alcohol expert on Sky News. I'm regularly featured in trusted publications such as the Sunday Times, The Guardian, The Telegraph, Good Housekeeping, Cosmopolitan, Psychologies Magazine, and hundreds more. 24 years ago, I developed a unique program that's given hundreds of thousands of people complete freedom from their over-drinking problems. Long-term tracking shows that people who have gone through this 1 week in-home therapy permanently reduce their alcohol consumption by at least half. And as a side benefit, it greatly reduces stress and anxiety. However, I wasn't always the world's leading expert in alcohol reduction. In fact, I used to be a very heavy drinker myself. Unbeknownst to me at the time, I was drinking to deal with my shyness and feeling like I was never good enough. I can guarantee you there are reasons behind your drinking that you're completely unaware of. And yet discovering what's causing your tendency to drink too much is one of the keys to freeing you from any bad drinking habits. The other key is eliminating those bad habits at their source, which I'd like to do for you. You may think you've seen or tried it all when it comes to ways to control how much or how often you drink. I can tell you this. What I'm revealing today is the world's most advanced, scientifically proven method that enables you to consistently drink less from now on. Because it reprograms the source of overdrinking, with a 97% success rate of permanently changing your unhealthy thinking and drinking habits into healthy drinking habits you can easily handle. It's a type of therapy you do in your own home that's completely different, because it is fully releasing your triggers to overdrink deep inside where all triggers are stored. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you this. In 1 week or less, your cravings for alcohol will literally vanish. I guarantee in writing that it will work for you no matter how much or how long you've been drinking too much. In a moment, I'll tell you what's behind the miraculous results of this program. First, I want to make absolutely sure this program will help you with your drinking problem by sharing what a typical client of mine goes through. This before and after story shows exactly how the program transforms a person's life. If any part of her story seems familiar to you, then I promise this program will absolutely help you. Here's Hannah's story in her own words. I asked her to tell me what had been happening in her life and what had changed after she used my program. She told me about one particular weekend that led her to finally do something about her excessive drinking. And she gave me permission to share her story so that I might help others just like you. Here's what she wrote. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a sunny Saturday morning, July 2015. A light streamed in so bright it stung my bloodshot eyes. It made my splitting headache feel even worse, like lightning piercing my brain. My stomach felt hollow with that familiar queasy sting. Of course, yet another hangover. And yet another beautiful day wasted. Damn, I just did it again. I'd gone out with my two best friends, Debbie and Rachel, and a few others from work the night before, and as usual drank way too much. It's embarrassing to admit now, but I don't even know how I got home that night. This day after day effect of drinking night after night wasn't working for me like it used to when I was younger, especially as a professional woman. I'm telling you, if people knew how much I drank, they'd be horrified. Most days my mind was in a fog and I felt slow. I was masquerading around work with a hangover, trying to talk intelligently and get things done. And it was getting harder and harder to pull it off. I was getting paranoid that everyone knew I was a heavy drinker. The month before, I had even gone to a few AA meetings, but I just knew that wasn't for me. I'm not an alcoholic, and I know that. I was just drinking too much, too often. Still, my little habit was taking more and more a toll of my life, hurting my health, my work, my relationships, and even my kids. Everyone knows too much alcohol damages your brain and organs, and yet I just seem to ignore all of that. You'd think I'd pay attention to how often I was feeling so sick and strung out. I noticed it was affecting me more as I'm getting older. When I was in university, in my 20s, it was acceptable to drink a lot, and it didn't affect me as much. But now that I'm in my later 40s, it's just not such a good look anymore. I gained weight over the years and had this booze belly I couldn't get rid of. I'd stopped going to the gym, I just didn't have the energy anymore. And I was in a bad mood a lot. Day after day I'd make promises with myself not to drink, and by late afternoon I was already betraying my own deal. I'd just ignore it all. When I tried to control my drinking, I'd get this desperate feeling like it was being taken away from me, and then I'd drink even more and feel even worse the next day. It was such a vicious cycle of setting myself up to just fail, yet no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get a handle on my drinking. All I could think of most days was just getting to 5 o'clock so I could drink again. I mean, seriously, how the heck was I supposed to get through the day and handle all the stress and the BS life throws at me without numbing out to alcohol? And what about when I go out? Was I supposed to not drink or just have one drink? I don't think so. But things had started to get a bit edgy. It's like my husband turned into the wine police. He'd see me pour another glass and I'd get that look. He'd say to me, "Are you sure you need another, Hannah?" "Yes, I need another, Jack." He should have been excited I was drinking because his chances for sex were far better if I got drunk. It used to piss me off watching him nurse his one little drink all night. It was so annoying to be around people who just couldn't live a little bit. And then it happened. That Friday night I was having dinner with the kids while Jack was on a work trip. I'd had 2 big glasses of wine while I cooked dinner, and then another huge glass with dinner. Can you believe? My daughter was only 12, and she actually asked me if I was going to keep drinking after dinner. She looked so troubled and nervous. I lied to her, of course, but I cringed and felt really small. Was this really me? My son was sitting there too. He's 16, so I know he chimed in because he was just starting to drive. He asked me if I thought it was safer just to call a taxi from now on when I go out. I don't know which child's question was worse. The one who had some hope I would say, "No, I'm not drinking more tonight." Or the one who knew I would drink more and wanted to make sure I didn't die. Who knew they knew about my heavy drinking? You'd think there'd be enough to get me to not go out that night with my co-workers as planned. But I did. And as usual, I'd gotten in those few pre-drinks before I left just to make sure I'd get enough. Then as I sat on my couch the next morning feeling so miserable, I thought back on all of the times Jack and the kids knew I'd got drunk again. And again. And again. I felt so bad about what I'd become. What was I teaching them? It used to be that drinking erased all of my problems, at least for a while. But now drinking had become my biggest problem. But right there, right on my couch, on that fateful Saturday morning, I decided that was it. It was time to take my life back. I was going to find a way to control my drinking and stop alcohol from ruling my life or dying trying. That's when I found George's program. First, I have to tell you how ridiculously easy it was to solve what seemed to me like a huge drinking problem. All I did was lay on my couch and listen to a week's worth of George's recordings. I looked forward to that special time, just for me relaxing on my couch. Each day I laid there listening to the program, I found myself feeling less and less like I needed to drink to get through the day. It even worked when I fell asleep during some of the recordings. Best of all, I truly didn't miss all the alcohol I used to drink. That was a first for me, and it felt really good. The cool thing is, before I had time to mess up or dismiss it, it was already working. Even from day one, I was consistently drinking less and truly okay with it. The feeling I had about drinking was just different. I didn't feel that sense of struggle anymore, and I still don't today. For the first time, I was able to understand what was really behind my excessive drinking. I learned the real reasons my drinking got so out of control, and now I'm easily, and I might add happily, able to keep to a glass or two. This program made my entire life just so much better. My body and the way I think and feel has really changed. In just a few months, I lost 26 pounds. Without all those alcohol calories pouring into my body every day, the weight immediately started to fall off. Oh, and all the bloating in my big booze belly went away too. I finally have that flatter stomach that I always wanted. And with my drinking fog lifted, I can now see what's going through my head more clearly. When problems come up, I can deal with life without using alcohol as my crutch. I'm sharper and have much more energy, so I get way more done at work and at home. I don't need to drink to feel comfortable in my own skin anymore, even when I go out to a party. In fact, I don't even have to get drunk to have sex anymore. That confidence change was huge for me. But my biggest breakthrough is that I don't need to drink at the end of the day to get rid of the stress and relax. It's really given me my life back. And the beauty of this program is that I can still drink. I just drink less now. In fact, I drink less and enjoy it more. What more could you want? So you can see how quickly and drastically you and your drinking can change. And yet you don't have to give up completely. That's the good news. If you know you need to cut back and still want to enjoy a drink or two now and again, this is the perfect solution for you. It was the one thing that helped Hannah avoid losing her 20-year marriage, earn her kids that trust back, and feel good again. And I know this program can change your life for the better too. The program is called the Drink Less Mind. With a 97% success rate, practically all of the men and women who've gone through this program successfully reduced their drinking by 50%. This is the method that's made it possible for hundreds of thousands of people to experience continued control over their drinking. even when they feel they're going to spiral back at times, like it did for this woman. I'm absolutely amazed at how effective this program has been. I got into the bad habit of drinking every night and was becoming increasingly concerned about how much I was drinking. I read the other reviews, which were hugely positive, and hoped this program would help me also. But I really didn't think it would. I thought, don't be silly, a self-help deal isn't going to make a difference to me. Well, I stand corrected. After the first day, I didn't feel like having a drink. Unheard of for me. Then I went another 5 days and didn't miss it at all. Then I had a little drink over the weekend, and I was concerned I would spiral back into drinking every day. Now, 6 months later, the significantly reduced drinking has continued, with only an occasional drink on the weekend. Try it. It truly worked for me. Are you ready to start a better life where you drink less? If so, congratulations, my friend. I'm here to help you. Just look below and click the orange button to get started immediately. It's 100% guaranteed to work. I'll tell you exactly what makes this method work so well to reduce your cravings for alcohol. First, a little bit more background on where and how I discovered this unique therapy. I'm an Australian who has lived in London since 1994, and when I first came to Britain, I noticed many people drank insane amounts of alcohol. I was already on my journey by plans to attend the London College of Clinical Hypnosis, the largest hypnotherapy college in Europe. But when I started diving into unique psychology combined with hypnotherapy and what that type of therapy was capable of resolving, it absolutely blew my mind away. It totally revolutionized my thinking and cut my own drinking dramatically. Since I graduated in the top 94%, the London College extended a rare opportunity for me to teach for them. I taught in most of the university centres around the UK for several years. After experiencing lasting success in reducing my own drinking, and for the clients who were coming to see me in my clinics, I was helping the world's heaviest drinkers break free from the alcohol grip. I focus exclusively on excessive drinking habits, since it's one of the biggest problem areas that hypnotherapy can solve quickly and easily. Now, you may be surprised to discover that your tendency to drink too much or too often is not your fault. And if you've tried to cut back on your own and found you just couldn't stick with it, it's because there's something much deeper going on than what you experience on the outside that's causing you to overdrink. Something that makes it impossible for you to control your drinking through willpower alone. As I said earlier, one of the keys to being able to drink less is to understand what's happening in your mind that's causing you to drink too much in the first place. We now know that the human brain generates something called your inner dialogue. You know those crazy conversations you have with yourself that make you feel scared, anxious, and stressed out? Most of us don't even realize all this mental chatter is going on 24/7, but brain scans prove it's true. The problem is, the way that you talk to yourself can be detrimental to anything you need to control in your life, but especially drinking. When this inner dialogue turns negative, it shifts into what psychologists call an inner critic. It's that little voice inside that makes you believe that you're not good enough, you should be drinking less, what's wrong with you, everyone else drinks less than you. Your inner critic loves telling you that drinking is a good way to deal with problems, and yet, ironically, it exacerbates it. You begin to have the same conversations with yourself like, I promised myself I wouldn't drink tonight, and yet here I am again drinking. I'm a failure. What's wrong with me? And the vicious cycle continues. You see, it's an unbridled internal dialogue, most of which you are completely unaware of. That is the source of what actually drives you to drink beyond healthy levels. The good news is that this inner dialogue is just a bad habit, a semi-conscious learned behavior that's gotten out of control. It's one of the many habits we can change just by changing the dialogue you're having with yourself. In fact, it's rather simple and quick to change your unhealthy drinking dialogue in your subconscious mind, like this woman did with the help of the program. These recordings are absolutely fantastic. I've been concerned about my drinking for many years, and I have read and tried so many different things, but this program has been the only one that's given me real, lasting change. It changed my drinking to where I can still enjoy 1 or 2 drinks now and again, but now I know how, when, and why to stop. A true revelation. This program comes with my highest recommendation. It's easy to understand, and you can apply it to your life instantly. This deep revelation and real lasting change happens because of the power of hypnotherapy. And more precisely, it's hypnotherapy that's applied to inner dialogue drinking psychology. This isn't the kind of hypnosis you see on a stage or at a show, and it isn't going to make you do anything silly or embarrassing or knock you out in any way. This is clinical hypnotherapy that's been used for decades to successfully treat all kinds of mind-based problems, from depression to anxiety and insomnia, to self-esteem and weight problems. We all have incredible minds, and this kind of hypnotherapy is excellent at helping you use your mind intuitively to drink less. It literally helps you to make a drink less mind shift. It's all done through your own natural hypnotic state, called the alpha state. It's a state we daydream in. And it's the state we all pass through right before we fall asleep every night. This is a state where your subconscious mind is in its non-resistant acceptance mode, when your brain is most open to suggestion and new information, and takes in whatever you hear without trying to judge it, fight it, or figure it out. Your brain just instantly stores new information without any resistance. Perfect for slipping into healthy new drinking psychology to replace your destructive, unhealthy drinking psychology. The first thing each drinkless hypnotherapy recording does is to help your subconscious get into this non-resistant alpha mode. How do the recordings do this? You simply lie down somewhere comfortable, and when you close your eyes, you naturally start to go into a more relaxed and internal state. With my hypnotherapy suggestions, you drift into the alpha hypnosis state. Don't worry, this is perfectly safe and scientifically sound. You go from your normal waking state of 14 cycles per second to 13, then 12, then all the way down to about 8 cycles a second. Now you're in a state between daydreaming and the state just before falling asleep, the state where your brain automatically accepts what it hears without resistance. Once you're in this state, which is incredibly relaxing, you listen to my voice talking you through your new, healthy drinking inner dialogue. In an instant, the brain takes in this new information, and your old unhealthy thinking and drinking habits are literally swapped out with new healthy drinking habits on the spot. It's like out with the old and in with the new. The deeply ingrained thoughts, habits, and impulses that came from your inner critic over many years and caused you to overdrink are effectively reprogrammed simply by having you listen to healthy drinking messages. Replacing one healthy drinking habit after another until they're all gone. Each day you listen, you'll feel less and less like you need to drink excessively or drink at all. You just naturally don't want to drink like you used to because those urges are simply not there anymore. It's hard to believe, I know, but virtually everyone who does this program says that the urge to overdrink just vanishes. Like this woman, who was skeptical and rebelled all the way through the program, and even hardly paid attention to it, and still her alcohol cravings disappeared. Such a relief, she says. The first week I rebelled a bit against what I was hoping the program would do for me, and drank too on the weekend. I was disappointed and thought it wasn't working at all. Then suddenly this odd thing happened. I haven't wanted to have a drink at all. Before I'd think about having a big glass of wine, and it was only a matter of time before I drank 1, then 2, then 3. But then my cravings just vanished. It's such a relief. I still drink here and there, but it's nice that I call the shots now instead of the other way around. Try this program and stick with it. You'll be amazed. Think about it like upgrading your mind's software. The files stored in your brain that contain your unhealthy habits are upgraded to contain healthy habits. Each time you listen to the recordings, you upgrade your mind's capacity to drink less, more and more. This radically simple yet highly effective program is guaranteed to cut your drinking by at least 50%, even if you are used to drinking 1, 2, or even 3 bottles of wine a night. Even if you've been a heavy drinker for years or your entire adult life. And get this, it even works if you drift off while you're listening to the recordings, and even if you fall asleep. Which may happen because each recording is just extremely relaxing. So relaxing and pleasing that most people find listening to the program becomes their favorite part of the day. A time to spend on yourself that you'll truly look forward to and feel much better after the 30 to 40 minutes it takes to listen to the day's recordings. Like this woman who used to be a stressed out heavy drinker, and now she's not, even in difficult times. She says, absolutely amazing. This program is brilliant. Even the word excellent doesn't praise it enough. Just after 2 nights I felt different, which gave me hope it would work. It's made such a difference to my stress levels, and I've been coping with some extreme stress. It's unbelievable. I haven't picked up a drink at all. George's voice totally relaxes me. I didn't think anything else would do that, apart from a drink. Everybody else has noticed a change in me, including my children. I cannot praise it enough. It is well worth getting. Before I tell you the low price for this program, let me tell you how much incredible programming and support you get, because it's way more than you'd expect. You get immediate access to my entire program. Plus, since you're watching this video today, I'm giving you a special package that includes the Drink Less Mind ebook, the 7 drinking psychology talks from me, 5 powerful hypnotherapy recordings too, and the bonus 3 months of Aftercare programming, free membership to my site for all the Drink Less Mind Facebook queries and questions, additional free recordings from me and other top experts. This special package has extra recordings and the support to make sure you succeed in becoming a lighter drinker. And this special package is only found here. The recordings are designed to walk you through each step of recognizing and releasing unhealthy drinking habits. And remember, the entire program is super convenient to complete in your own time in the comfort of your own home. Depending on which recording you're on, it only takes 30 to 60 minutes a day, and in the 7 days, you're done. However, just to make sure you succeed, I give you full support afterwards. You get an aftercare bonus with 3 more months of close support and more education, so you become even more confident in yourself as a lighter drinker. This aftercare program alone usually costs $45. But you get it here for free in this special package. As part of the additional personal support, I'll email you regularly top tips and strategies I use myself every day to keep you going strong. And I send you recordings from other top experts on how to drink alcohol in more stable, healthy ways and still keep the fun alive. Plus, you get a few surprise bonus recordings from me too. Like this amazing anxiety reduction self-hypnosis recording you get at no extra charge. You also get a free lifetime membership to my private Facebook page. It's a place you can chat and interact with lots of other people who are dealing with the same issues you are, and even make new friends who are really there for you. And the beauty is, if you ever do feel like you're slipping even a little, you could always just go back and listen to the recordings again. It's like you have an expert therapist to help you control your drinking at all times, whenever you need. Make sure you listen to all 7 days to get the full effects of the program with the most permanent results. When you do this, you learn to drink in a way that's no longer impacting your health, your work, your family, and other relationships, and your future. This comprehensive package can be offered at an extremely low price for 2 reasons. 1, I was able to take the same kind of therapy sessions I have face-to-face with my clients and digitalize everything as recordings, so you can simply and instantly access online from any device. And 2, because this program has enabled me to fulfill my life's mission of helping as many people as possible learn to drink less and be a happier, healthier drinker. Now this amazing, effective therapy is affordable to everyone who needs it. So how much do you think such an eye-opening, life-changing program costs from the best drinking reduction therapist in the world? Can you believe it? You get all of this for only US dollars $99.97, just under $100. That's less than just 1 session with a face-to-face therapist. And if I remember correctly, that's about what it costs a week for a supply of alcohol, right? Not to mention the thousands you'll save all year, every year, by not drinking as much from now on. Just the recordings alone is equivalent to having 7 private sessions with a prominent therapist, totaling $1,750. The program is so set up for total success that I personally guarantee it if you'll just do your part and listen to the recordings each day for 7 days. You get a full 60 days to use it and decide for yourself. And if you don't think it's worked for you, if you still feel you're out of control with your drinking, even if you don't like my soothing voice or how relaxed the recordings make you feel, if you don't think it's working for you for any reason, just email my support team and you'll get every penny back. No questions asked. Remember, this is the one and only program that's proven to reduce your drinking and leave you truly happy about this change. No more struggling with all of those crazy, out-of-control urges to drink more. It's an investment in you. So look below and click the Yes, I Want to Drink Less button now. This is the only program that's worked consistently and long-term for hundreds of thousands of people. Many of them may not have quite understood exactly how it works, but went ahead and tried it anyway, and are glad they did. Like this woman. She says, the right decision. Slightly skeptical, I nevertheless decided to give it a go. At that price and with money-back guarantee, I felt I had nothing to lose. Almost immediately, I realized it had been the right decision. The holistic approach made me feel that at last here was someone who really understood what has been such a huge problem for me and must be a problem for many other people. If you think that your habit of consuming alcohol is causing you trouble, the Drink Less Mind program will underpin the real reason you drink and restore the real you. Now remember, this program is only $99.97 US and is 100% guaranteed or your money back. So make an investment in yourself. Look below this video right now. Click on the orange button that says, Yes, I want to drink less, and lock in your discount price for this very special extra support package today. You'll be granted immediate access to everything. The Drink Less Mind ebook, the 7 drinking psychology recordings, 5 powerful hypnotherapy recordings, and all the bonus recordings too. Plus, you also get as a free bonus the 3-month Aftercare program, as well as membership to the private Drink Less Mind Facebook page, and additional recordings from me and other top experts. Here's what will happen the moment you click the orange Yes, I Want to Drink Less button below this video. First, you'll be taken to our 100% secure checkout page, which looks like this. Then after you order, you can select the add-ons you prefer to help you start losing weight faster and even rebuild your self-esteem and confidence practically overnight. Finally, you'll be emailed your username and login to the Drink Less training portal, which looks like this. Here you'll find all the recordings, the ebook and the bonuses, plus a few extra surprises, ready to use immediately within seconds of checking out. It's that simple. Just remember, life is short, and you've been struggling with so many miserable consequences of overdrinking for far too long. Or at the very least, you've been wasting precious time and energy worrying about your drinking too much or too often. The pain of continuing without taking action will only lead to more drinking and wasted days, more health problems, more stress, relationship issues, guilt, and frustration. Yet all of this can be avoided beginning today, simply by listening to the Drink Less Mind for 1 week, and it only takes 30 to 60 minutes a day, depending on which recording you're on. Picture right now 1 week from today when you are in control of your drinking and can easily and consistently drink less. You are free, at peace, knowing you no longer have a drinking problem that you have to be ashamed of or worried about or lie about. You're experiencing the better way to drink, which is to drink less and love it, finally, without feeling like you're missing out or always wanting more. You feel alive. Today marks your day to get serious and take responsibility for your overdrinking, and to take action you know is necessary to put you on track to a healthier, happier you. Back to the real you, using a program that just simply works. Try the Drink Less Mind for a full 60 days on me and see the results you desire, or you pay nothing. And do the only smart thing you can do. Take advantage of this limited time offer while you still can. Click click the orange "Yes, I want to drink less" button right now, and let's get you started today.